Okay. Alright. You ready, boy? You ready? You sure? Okay. Hey guys, Joe here at Ferro Woodcraft. This is a tribute video, 52 Ferro Rod Fire video. Just a tribute, a thank you, so to speak, to Al Ghost in the Woods. Guy from England. He contacted me a few weeks ago. Actually, it's been more like 5 weeks, I think. I received this about 2.5 or 3 weeks ago. He asked me if I would like to try one of his ferro rods, because he was sympathetic. He noticed I was going through mine awful fast, which is true. So he said, hey, why don't you try one of mine out? So I was like, well, you don't have to. I burn through them awful fast. Shipping's, pretty expensive between continents, and I appreciate the offer, but you don't need to worry about that. It's cool. He said, no, I want to. I really do. I want you to have one of these. So I said, okay, fine. I gave him my address, and lo and behold, a few weeks later, after the U.S. Postal Service and the British equivalent did their thing, this beautiful piece of handiwork came in the mail. Honestly, I have long wanted to own an antler-handled ferro rod, and I make ferro rods. It's not much of a secret, and the only guys I know who make antler ferro rods or antler-handled ferro rods, they're not going to want to trade for a wood ferro rod, and I can't really justify putting the money into one because I make ferro rods. So it's nice. It's a nice surprise. It's pretty. It's almost too pretty to use, but at the same time, it's it was a gift, and I can't let it sit on the shelf either. So I'm going to use it, and when it comes time to replace it, I'll contact Al and say, hey, let me pay you for one. So here we go. This is a tribute and a thank you. I'm not going for anything difficult today. It may turn out to be. Sometimes it does. We all know that happens. But what's your horse's name? I have a name, buddy. What's your horse's name?
I changed it to
Honey Pie? That's Honey Pie? Alright guys, there's Honey Pie prancing on the prairie. But anyway, I'll make fire in just a minute, buddy.
Okay.
Anyway, I'll give you a rundown of what I have to make a fire with, and then we'll get it started if we can. But anyway, Al, thank you very much for the ferro rod. I really appreciate it, man. It is beautiful, awesome craftsmanship, and you know what strikes me the most? This rod is straight as an arrow in this handle, and that is almost unachievable to me, even though I've made hundreds of ferro rods, or ferro handles. So anyway, thanks, man. I appreciate it, and this is what I do with it. This is the first time it's been struck, so enjoy. All right, buddy, get it. Just to make my job easy, and I have a lot of the stuff around, well, most of the stuff, depending on the time of year. Just thick split wood. This just happens to be poplar that's about half rotted. Shavings, grass, dried grass, some weeds, usually with a little bit of flash tinder on it if I can get it. This is kind of a rarity, but I went ahead and grabbed it today just for grins. It's poplar bark. And there's my regular fire lay. A little bit smaller than normal, but I'm not aiming for this to be a long-term fire. So, and then I just got a smorgasbord of twigs and larger stuff to go on top of it after it starts going. So let's get adjusted and we'll get it going. Alright guys, so this is the new home of Al's ferro rod. Goes on the sheath of my Raven, my go-to knife. Carry it basically every day. Anyway, this rod has... You can't see, huh? This rod has never been struck, so let's break it in.
Whoa, looks like that's better.
Is it?
Well, that was easy.
Yeah.
You're right. Who's that? This is fire. That looks like it's a big fire. You put that big in?
Yes, I do.
Oh my. It burns it down alright. But it's so hot that it burns wood. Is that smoke going away? Get it definitely. You'll make a big fire. That smoke will do it.